Does Russell Westbrook being a Laker make them a contender again? And can it work?
Okay, so to answer your first question, does it make them a contender? One, we were already a contender with just me and AD. Number one.
That's true. That's true.
Now, obviously, Russ being there, he's going to actually extend my career easily another 2 or 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number two, I do think it will work. Now, I can't guarantee a title, just like I wouldn't guarantee a title for the Niners this year. But I will say this. I definitely foresee the Lakers coming out the West. I definitely think that even without Russ, with AD and Bron healthy, and then if you put some pieces around them like they did this offseason, Wayne Ellington, Kim Bazemore, Trevor Ariza, Melo off the bench, Kendrick Nunn, and et cetera, I definitely think that they were going to not only come out the West, but definitely had a high chance of winning the title. So if you add Russ to those things and to those pieces, you definitely solidify that even more. I do think that Russ brings something to the table that a lot of other point guards don't. He's an automatic fast break. He always puts pressure on the defense.
Oh, here we go.
And he's a guy that makes players better. He's made guys better by the name of I can't even remember. So let's slow it down on the Russ can't do this, Russ can't do this, Russ can't do this, because we actually saw what Dennis Schroeder brought last year, and it wasn't a lot of much.
Dennis Schroeder from $85 million to the minimum.
To me, with Russ, you definitely add another leader, you add another guy with high IQ, and like I said, you add a player that has 100% tenacity, and he's going to give you 100% every single night.
Kane, you don't think the same thing, though?
I mean, first of all, everybody on your team is 135. But Russ is cool. He all right.
Name the young players. We got 3-4 of them.
Y'all got more Mac McClung.
Summer League hero.
Hey,
Summer League hero, man.
I mean, let's be real.
Malik Monk?
Know why y'all got Russ? Because Clay coming back. And y'all fear me and Clay. Splash Brothers return.
Oh, really?
It's been 2 seasons. Y'all forgot. We got to remind y'all.
Okay, remind us.
I mean, y'all gonna make
Y'all laughing. You see, I'm ready for the season.
Easy.
Russ don't do no plan.
Russ been in the gym every video.
The main argument, though, is that the Lakers had nobody besides LeBron and to an extent Anthony Davis who could get their own shot off the dribble.
Now they got multiple people now.
I mean, I see
Carmelo, Malik Monk.
I can definitely see the Lakers coming out the West for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna keep it solid. I've been saying it since they've made their moves. I, by no stretch of the imagination, I don't like the Lakers. I hate the Lakers with a great passion.
We know.
But I would definitely love to see Melo get a ring. If there's any incentive for me to see the Lakers win, it would be to see Melo finally get a ring. They tried to push him out the league a couple years ago. They said he didn't have it anymore. He had to change. He had to finally accept the role of the thing of being a role player.
That's true.
Know who he wasn't who he was in Denver or New York anymore, stuff like that. So just seeing him finally accept the role, like I'm a role player. This is my role. This is me off the bench, all that kind of stuff. That's my incentive for this. As far as Russ, I mean, he cool. You know what I mean? He averaged a couple triple doubles or whatever. He had MVP.
A couple triple doubles.
He had MVP or whatever. I mean, he not the top point guard in the league, but he like top 10.
Watch when I help Russ get a title. Watch what they say.
So you gonna do what KD couldn't do is what you saying?
Basically.
Wow.
I'm gonna help Melo get a title. I'm gonna help Russ get a title.
If Westbrook does get a ring, like not saying this year, he'll probably be there a couple years, obviously, but if and when Westbrook does get a ring, does it change his legacy being maybe probably the third best player at best on this team?
No, because then you have to address a lot of other people's legacies too, and I don't think nobody wants to go down that road.
No.
There's still going to be people that want to paint narratives that, this doesn't count the same. Even if he would have got a title in OKC, he was going to be the second best player on the team.
Oh, yeah.
And technically, James Harden ended up being arguably better than him too, so... he could have been the third best player in that organization at the time.
True.
Depending on how you see it.
They don't like giving Russ a lot of credit.
So, the narrative might be out there, but that's the whole thing. It's just a lot of narrative talk around a player who's as polarizing as Russ. You go back to your question. I think, yes, he makes him a contender. Even if they were already one, he solidifies it. Mm-hmm. And the reason, from my point of view, is not because of... obviously, he's not a great shooter, but because he can do the things LeBron does, so that LeBron don't have to do it for 82.
Facts.
If LeBron wants to play 60 games and go 75% for those 60 games, Russell's the person who's not going to go 75% for them 60 games. He's going to go get you 10 rebounds and 10 assists. You don't have to do that part.
Nope.
If Bron wants to average 23, 5, and 5, they can still be a top 2 or 3 seed just with that alone.
Yeah.
Anthony
That's
Davis
true.
is going to miss games as well, but Russ is going to be there for the most part, putting in the time and the energy that them cats, don't necessarily do on a full season basis.